This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I am live for this Saturday morning event to Counterpunch Dubois Parker for the IBF Heavyweight Championship of the World. How's everybody doing? White McCrackerson, yes, hit the like. Bamaloo, what it do? Member! Whitey McCrackerson, the way you wrote your comment, I had to read it twice. Hit that like, boys. And we have 4 for 4. And let's set up this live stream. I'll let it load. Let people come on in the chat. Let people find out that I am live. However you guys find out I'm in live. Salute to you. Red Eye Jedi 420 UK. In the building. What's up, guys? Let's see here. Let's see. What do I have available? Dean Bulcher. Counterpunch to you, sir. All right. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Now, I look at this overall face-off, pretty interesting. You know, I seen clips of it yesterday, and I wanted to share it with you guys so we can go over it together. I think it's worthy of a live stream. All right. Parker to win, late stoppage. Okay. That's interesting. Skrilla 50 in the building. What's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. Man, everything's good. This is my breakfast of champions, guys. Who do you have? Triple D or Parker? Counterpunch to you, Kurt. J. Man, I may do the prediction Monday just to kick off the week right, with something worth, we got a lot of clips of he said, she said. I mean, there's not really a lot going on except for the biggest card of the year. That's what I want to mainly promote, on top of other possible fights. But, it's not really a lot going on. Especially heavyweight boxing. And I've noticed a lot of people love to come to the channel, me and Hat Man, for heavyweights. And I think heavyweights are the core of boxing, I do miss smaller weight classes, though. I miss, because, I grew up on all weight classes because I wasn't always a heavyweight. Right, I was a welterweight. Hell, I've been super welterweight. I've been a super middleweight. A light heavyweight. Now a heavyweight. But nonetheless, I used to really enjoy like Marco Antonio Barrera, Eric Morales, Princess Ahmed, Juan Manuel Marquez. That era. That's an insult to the Peanut Jedi. Let's see here. But no, man, I think that Daniel Dubois, I think he is a young, fresh guy that wants to keep the momentum. We need Days of Reckoning 2, strictly a heavyweight card. Yeah, something, that card, if we look at Days of Reckoning and we look at it in its entirety, the one fight that actually had you going was Dimitri Bivol. The Bivol fight was it was the weakest link in that whole card, and it was weird because Bivol's a hell of a fighter, and then you start thinking about it. You think to yourself like, well, you're probably hoping it was Better Biev, because Better Biev, he's known, because he's always been known to do what? To stop people, to drop people, to make people quit, to hurt people bad. So I do agree. I recently just moved up to light heavyweight, feeling good. Jay, that's great. That's great. As long as you don't put on too much muscle or too much weight too fast, you're good. Because that can be a problem. I just seen like some of the biggest people in the world. It's crazy because you have people that are so slothful they can't even get out of bed. We need to see Junior Fa again. Yeah, man, that was a scary, scary knockout when Frank hit Junior Fa, and then he hit him, and he didn't hit him like straight on. He caught him on the side, and then when he caught him, he started shaking like. Yeah, almost reminds you of a cheap action movie when you get hit. Bow! Oh! And someone gets shot. Oh! That's how Junior Fa was when Frank Sanchez hit him. When Frank hit him, he was like, oh no. Better be lifting 110 pounds is insane. Man, let's talk about that for a minute. Here's the thing. Is it him keeping his strength up with the 110 pounds, or is the 110 pounds is the reason for the punching power? What helps what? 50 kilograms. Bro, I'm not doing that at the gym because I'm not trying to rip shit. I'm just not. I'm not trying to do all that. I may do it for my shoulders, yeah, some shrugs, but I'm not going to be lifting that much, But understand, but it makes sense because when Artur Beterbiev throwing shots and they're short quarter shots like he's throwing, that's and I'm thinking like, okay, that's what's going on with that. That's what's happening. When he catches you with 4 of those hard shots, the Terminator has no limits. I guess not. But then again, not to be negative, but realistic, that's probably one of the reasons he gets injured too. And remember, like conditioning is the most stringent part of the preparation of the process. You have the signing of the fight, then you have the training, then you have the fight, and the training is probably more strenuous. Let's see here. Beterbiev built different. Will he KO Bivol this time around? You know what? I think Bivol, it's going to be a different fight because what I think Bivol realized is he lost that fight for the last few rounds. Because this is two things that happen. You have two guys that are very skilled, two guys that were undefeated, two guys that don't, they're known for certain things. Bivol is known for boxing, moving, and rapid flurries. That's what he's known for. Beterbiev is known for his relentless pressure and knockouts. And we didn't get to see a knockout, but we didn't get to see Bivol just come. I mean, he threw punches. I mean, he didn't pull a De La Hoya Trinidad. He didn't just run. He didn't do that, but he avoided confrontations in the championship rounds, and I think that's what done it. And people saw that fight sway, and they looked at it, and they're like, you know what? Maybe, if Bivol would have opened up, Beterbiev would have had opportunities. And I think Bivol knew that, and I think they were trying to save the lead that they thought they had, which they were mistaken. You leave nothing at chance of the judges because you don't know how the judges are scoring a fight. You don't know what's going on in that judge's mind. You don't know how he's going to score it. You don't know what he's going to mark down on it. It may be a 10, maybe a 9. Hell, it may be an 8. Alan Hinton, yeah, they're rematching. They're the headliner for February 22nd, the biggest fight card of the year. That's what they're doing. So, yeah, they're going to rematch. That's the headliner. That's the main event. The Boo Chitty Fang Show. Okay. 2-22, Alan Hinton. Yeah. So, let's see. Let me look this up. I think it's on the Zone Sports. Do you work out? Yeah, I work out from time to time. I do what I can. No, I try to go at least 3 days a week, man. You know, I need to go more. I need to hang out with Klitschko and them. You know, nah. This is just an old football body, man. You know, they need to rematch the Mike Tyson and Jake Paul fight with no restriction. Nah, they've done what they're gonna do. They're successful. They've successfully done what they were set out to do. I mean, let's just be real. I mean, that's what it is. Let's see. If Bivol tries to face him, though, it could get him in trouble. I don't see Bivol withstanding the onslaught. Now that Beterbiev knows how Bivol fights and moves. No, oh, hold on a second. Well, I mean, I think it's going to be adjustments on both ends. I think shots, and I think actually a body shot hurt Bivol. You know, are the drums making an appearance on 222? They may. It depends on where I'm at. You know, it depends. It all depends. That was a setup. What if it was Tyson in? It was in Tyson's contract that he couldn't knock out Jake. Well, I don't know. I just think Tyson wanted to go 8 rounds, but I mean, look. Let's look at it. It's an exhibition. It was 2 minute rounds, right? Weren't they 2 minute rounds? But yeah, they set themselves up to make money. That was the only setup because it was an exhibition. I think they just, marketed as Mike being Mike Tyson. You know, Marlon Thornell. Morning, Kurt. God bless you, brother. God bless you back. Marlon Thornell in the building. Skrilla 50. Kurt, did you see Glass Belly Thurman is scheduled to fight again in March? No, I didn't. I take Keith Thurman coming back to the ring like a grain of salt. And I'm happy for Keith. Keith, the one thing has beat him besides Manny Pacquiao is inactivity, And besides finding a woman that appears not to be a very needy person, right? We can't wait to call it home, homie, okay? Now let's get AJ versus Tyson Fury set up for 2025. I don't know. Let's see. Nah, Tyson Fury's too unpredictable, man. He's too unpredictable. I mean, it would be a big card, though. We need bigger cards. Because, I mean, I think since 2023, we've been spoiled by Turkey Al-Sheikh. What skills challenge? What was that guy's name? Prince. What was his name? Prince. I mean, I see his face. I just can't remember his name now. Thurman has the opposite of Telly Givens. Yeah, I mean, he doesn't, because you don't hear nothing bad about him. I mean, because his girl's from Nepal. And Keith Thurman's already a flute playing outdoor dude. He doesn't look like he's scared of nature. You can't be scared of nature with someone from the mountains and the mountaintops of Nepal. You know what I mean? If you're just this urban dude, that's not going to work for you. You're not gonna, you're not gonna be equally yoked with a person like that. And then I think he found the perfect person for him, which is great. That's what you're supposed to do. And you only need one sometime. Kurt, I have Parker over Triple D. Parker has more ring IQ and heart. I think he'll take Daniel to the place Joyce and Usyk took him, and he'll lose heart. Darren Minchell, hi. Okay, you don't have to put hi 100 times because that clutters up the. Yeah, get rid of that. That's like I don't get that. Like hi, 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 hi. Like yeah, hi, bye, 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 bye. Oh man, appreciate your Skrilla 50. You know what I mean? He's the man with the gun. And he's ready to have some fun. Bars. So that's how it goes. Oh, go ahead. There's Diddy. How about no? But yeah, that's the thing there. And you wonder about like trolls and stuff like that. Why come here? Go somewhere else. Kingmaker, what's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. Lit. Waiting for like over 50 people to come in at least so we can start this live stream of Parker versus Dubois. That's what we're waiting on, if you must know. You know. What's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. So, well, here we go. Dubois over Parker. Pressure Harper. Bars. Yeah. But no, man. We've been spoiled. We have definitely been spoiled. I don't know if did anybody answer the question of Greedy Belly enjoy retirement? Yeah. Yeah, let Tyson enjoy his retirement. I think Tyson likes to enjoy life more than train anyway. I think he likes to train for fun, or when he wants to. I think if training becomes a job, I don't think Tyson would like it. You know what I mean? He likes to work out because he has nothing else he would rather do. You know. Hold on a second, guys. Do you think Parker added size will help him? I like this new and improved reemerge Parker. Well, I like the reemerge Parker, but I don't think it's because of his size. I think, you know, he's known for speed and agility. You know, I don't think he needs all of that. Like AJ. AJ doesn't need all of that. Shit. Uh-oh. Oh. Look like it's time. It can work for him or against him. Yeah, you're right. It can. I don't know if it will. I hope it don't. But it just makes me think of like fighters that gain weight that helped them not at all. Like David Tua. David Tua was like the Samoan Mike. I mean, he was never as fast as Mike or as mobile as Mike, but he was the way he was built, his power, you know, the way he worked the body. He was tough, he was strong, and he had a gas tank though for most people. You know what I mean? And it's like he beat Hasim Rahman and he sat around and waited for the opportunity to fight Lennox Lewis. By the time he fought Lennox Lewis, he was 250 pounds, 250 plus. And then when he got in there, it just didn't really make us, it didn't make any difference. Like, you know, uh, the guy's like, he grew his hair out. He didn't really have the mobility. He had punching power, but he's always had punching power, you know. Let's see. I just feel Triple D has false confidence after his last win against AJ. I have Parker by OK in 9. It's always 420 somewhere. Light them up. Let's see. Okay, here we go. All right. Let's see. 49 people and 2 likes. Yep, that's pretty much how it is in lives. I mean, I'm not understanding the algorithms in lives. I don't understand them at all. I mean, this you with 40,000 subscribers, you would think. Now this is 40,000 subscribers were like 5 years ago. And when I did live streams, I mean, non-fight night. Fight nights are pretty decent. Even they're not where they were. And it makes you think like, okay, what is YouTube doing? And it's just not me, it's a lot of other people that have these problems too. It's just they're just YouTubers not doing their job. They're just tripping, you know. Say 14 likes for me. Ask Skip in the building, counterpunch to you. Joseph Parker beat Daniel Dubois. 100%. The Mayhan, counterpunch to you. There are 17 likes. Yeah. I just I don't know. It's frustrating. I've noticed it from the last half of 2023. But I mean, it's just views have went down, and this is my theory. I think if you are known for something, stay with this thing that you're known for. And I'm not talking about myself, and I'm not talking about content creators. I'm talking about the platform. The platform it's like you're not TikTok. YouTube's not TikTok. So stop trying to be like TikTok. You know what I mean? Like you're going to be what you're going to be. You come to YouTube to watch videos. Some people come there to watch movies. You know what I mean? YouTube is the overall go-to video channel. TikTok, sure, it's soaring with the videos they have, but you got Instagram and you got Facebook, you know, but it's crazy. But I'm ready to start this chat because it looks like not enough people will be notified to really know. I didn't. You know how many times I've noticed some people in I mean inbox me like, man, I didn't even know you were live, and it's frustrating because you're like, okay, yeah, I was, man. I don't know what to tell you. Clint Gage, hello from Texas. Counterpunch to you. What part of Texas? Parker is saying TikTok to Triple D's title reign. Okay, Southeast Texas. Concy, to be honest. Okay. Like, yo, Kurt, I'm not sure if I speak for everyone, but personally, I support your channel, but don't always like because I just use my likes as a reference to save certain videos. Ah, well, It just happens. It just happens. I just don't like distractions, you know. So when I visit my pops and stuff like that, they're down here and stuff. Yeah, Uncle C's over there, man. He's actually tripping. I'm gonna bring him in for a live pretty soon. So, what? Salute, Kurt. What's up, Andrew? 23 member in the building. What's up, brother? Counterpunch to you, man. Let me get my water. Hold on a second. Let's see. Morning, Jack. Counterpunch to you. Yeah, let's start this show, man. Let's start this show. I think that'll give momentum to bring people in. There we go. Cool, cool. It's Red Bull 30. All right. Oh, they don't have that option no more, do they? Let me see. Let me touch on. Oh. No, I don't see it. Okay. All right. Here we go, guys. Bro, what's your hat say? My hat says got Pivo. Let's check for got beer. All right. And let's start. What you think about them snow bunnies? What I think about the snow bunnies? Talking about white women. I think white women are beautiful, some of them, just like a lot of people. Kurt, what are your predictions? I don't have one yet. I'm swaying one way, but I'll let you know Monday. Brother, you look Indian. Look Indian. Kind of Indian. American Indian. Okay. I don't know about that. Latinos are where it's at. Yeah, well, we'll see. Hindu. Pulverize. Monday. Monday is the deadline. Classic stuff, man. Yeah, that was created in 2022 with a couple bathroom visits and a whole lot of beer from Tyson and Gypsy King Fury, And here we go. Let's start from the top and let's start the show.
I'm at the top of my game right now. You talk too much. Knock him out and move on. You went down off a jab.
And they try to get under your skin.
Talking yeah. How?
It has never been bigger for any fighter.
I'm gonna bash you up.
Incredible.
You shut your face. You shut up. You shut your face. No! It's my time.
Here we are, gents. Another big one, right, to start the new year. I think the biggest card we've ever seen in years, maybe the biggest card we've ever seen. Is it different for you? The last couple of fights, you have been the underdog. This time, according to the bookies, you come in as favourite. Is it a different mentality?
I feel like the underdog all the time, you know. I never lose that mentality. I like being the underdog. I like being the dark horse, you know. I'm ready to just bring a surprise and put them to sleep. You know, all of the guys out there are going to put in front of me, it's my time.
Joseph, do you expect to stop Daniel Dubois?
Possess the power to knock him out. I do. I can outbox him, outsmart him. I know he's going to come out and he's going to try and take my head off, so, you know. He's going to what? You're going to try and take my head off, so, you know, you know what the fight game is. This is war, so, you know, I'm going to be 100% ready for whatever they bring and put him to sleep, knock him out and move on. That's my mindset.
Daniel might not thank me for saying it, but there is clearly an overlooking of Parker for Usyk. I've seen so many interviews this week where Dubois has spoken about Usyk. He got in the ring and tried to grab the mic with me and wanted to fight Usyk. But then there is a Parker fight February 22nd.
Let me say, we're in the boxing business, and you just see a fight. Him and Tyson's a fight. He jumps in the ring, did it. You know, well, bloody hell, he did what he had to do. How many times over the years have you seen fighters do the same thing?
When they've got a fight scheduled?
Yeah. By doing that, everybody knows who he is. They didn't know before, they know who he is now. And the winner of this fight, I generally do believe will be fighting Usyk in the unification fight. It's not a carrot, it's a bag of carrots.
All right, let me stop there. Okay. Frank Warren, what Ade said, you know, I think he needed to address that based on something that he felt versus, you know, what he saw. And he saw that Daniel Dubois, you know, calling out Usyk, having interviews, talking about Usyk. Then you have a fight with Parker, and he mentioned that. I think that pissed Frank off. Frank was, you know, you seen Frank, you know, come up like this when he moved his head, you know, like, you know, and then he butted in like, oh, well, you know, you know. And I think Frank needed to do that because I think Frank is the reason why Daniel did what he did initially, you know, after Usyk beat Tyson Fury. He ran up in there because he was instructed to. He was instructed to go in there. He was instructed to call out Usyk. He already had called out Usyk before, you know, when they were doing an interview and Daniel Dubois said, hey, you know, I want to fight you. I want this and that. And Usyk was like, okay, no problem. Okay, like, okay, no problem. I got a fight coming, but no problem. You know what I mean? He didn't really engage into that. But then Frank made him do it again on a wider scale because he knew that everyone will be watching those press conferences and he wanted Daniel to get that notoriety. That's what he was explaining then. But yeah, he was pissed off thinking of himself like, look at the balls on this guy here talking about, you know, what I'm doing or what Daniel's doing, you know? So Frank Warren, the fish-eyed puppet master. Yeah. And he told Daniel Dubois to do that. He told him to do that. You know, so will Triple D quit to a jab against versus Usyk? I don't know. I think you have to pressure Daniel to that point, and then we'll see. We don't really know. We really don't know. So let's keep this going.
It's 24 carat. That's what's on the table for the winner.
There is a lot of talk about Daniel fighting Usyk, and you fought him already. And in that fight, you went down off a jab. The fight ended on a jab. What was going through your mind at that time?
I'll tell you something.
And if you're in the same position with Joe, how are you gonna face that?
I hear what you say.
No, that was a completely different situation, you know.
And I think, you know, and it's a valid point trying to get under your skin. So it's a valid point. I'll get that and understand. But you know what? Look at the form. You've got to look at the form at the moment.
Yeah, but when you're in those same positions,
You see what I did to the last three opponents.
when you're in the same position or under the same pressure, you will revert back to type. And let's look at the fights, okay?
Maybe you would revert back to type. I've seen it in your career. I've seen you fight. You probably would, but not me.
Knockout artist.
Not me, mate.
All the doubts that people had about Daniel, he's proved them wrong. He's wiped them clean. And we're going in with the best fighter, I would say the informed fighter in the world. So when Joe wins, we take all the credit.
Andy, we always forget about Joseph Shia because it was just the one fight. But that one fight was Yili Zhang. Close fight, but he won that fight. What kind of year did Joseph have?
Okay, let me stop there because I want you guys to understand if you didn't catch that. Andy was asking him, well, look at your opponents. And when he did that, you know, it was a pause. because he was like, well, wait a minute, well, maybe you, because Daniel wanted to kick, he wanted to start up because he wanted to stop that momentum. He wanted to stop that breakdown of Andy Lee. Andy Lee was asking him, well, the opponents that you fought were not Usyk. They were not people like the fighter that I think I have, which is Joseph Parker. A lot of people think Joseph Parker will be faster. Joseph Parker will have better footwork. Joseph Parker will be able to land on Daniel Dubois and avoid shots from Daniel Dubois because according to the general masses, a lot of people think that Daniel Dubois hits a lot harder than guys like Zhilei Zhang. Therefore, hence he will be able to, go through Joseph Parker like Zhilei Zhang was unable to do. But this time he has a better gas tank. He has, he's a younger, fresher fighter, but can hit harder. That's scary. That is scary, and that's definitely to be concerned. But it was interrupted. It was definitely interrupted. It was interrupted. Right? But let's move forward.
Fantastic year in terms of the win with Zhang, but it was more of a continuation from the work of 2023, where he fought 3 times, culminating in beating Deontay Wilder, and then we just rolled straight into Zhang. He's the one who's upset the apple cart, Joseph. There's been plans for fights to be made, and he stepped in and upset those plans. And we're planning on doing it again on February 22nd.
How would you sum up Dubois' 2024?
It was magnificent. He had a fabulous year, and more importantly, showed everybody what he's about. He's matured mentally. He's got a great attitude. We know he's got the powers. We know he's a very, very competent fighter. He's got a really good jab. He's young, and he's hungry. But he's done the same thing. He had a good year.
Where do you think he is, Daniel? Again, you're at the top of your game right now. He was world champion back in 2016. It's a long time ago. Do you still think he's at the top of his game?
I respect, he's been on form for the last couple of fights, but if you look at, I think he's had his day, in my opinion.
I've only just started. My day is coming.
What about Joe Joyce? What happened?
I was sick.
What happened there?
And what about Joe Joyce for you?
No,
what happened there?
It's different. My
wasn't
fight,
different. I went in there, right? He should have knocked me out in the first round.
Yeah.
I was sick. And when he lived in rounds.
Do you expect this to be a tough challenge?
Okay, let me stop there. All right. Now, this is something that I addressed in the video, from yesterday. And it was the common opponent. The common opponent is Joe Joyce. And hang on just a second, guys. 1 second. Now, question. What's tumbleweed dumb? What is that? Okay, so Skrilla, tumbleweeds. I can tell you what was going through tumbleweeds. Okay. I'd rather watch a fish flailing out of the water than listen to Triple D talk. I hope that Triple D wins because Parker has 0 chance of beating Usyk. Triple D actually has a fairly decent chance of doing so. Well, I mean, it will be interesting either way because if Parker upsets Dubois, then it would suck for someone like Joshua. Why? Kind of, because Joshua won't ever get a chance to avenge that loss, and that was a bad loss. Dubois put a whooping on AJ, and I think AJ, has 2 bad marks on his record. Yeah, he gets to fight Joseph Parker again, but then again, we saw that fight before, and AJ can, fight on the outside, but then, we'll see how they improve. But I don't care for a bunch of rematches, honestly. But AJ needs to redeem himself. But you got two marks. The first mark was in America. He never came back to America. Never. You know what I mean? He got whooped in America. Andy Ruiz put a whooping on AJ, and he never came back. Two, that Daniel Dubois loss. The Usyk fights, they don't look as bad. Why? Because Usyk has never been beaten. He's done that to everybody. He's either almost stopped them or made them look a certain way. Then he's won every fight that he's been in the professional ranks with. Okay, so it is what it is. Triple D could barely win a round against Usyk. Now people think that he has a decent chance of beating him. Casuals will be casuals. Ask Skip. I question that because of they look at AJ and then they put people do that. They do that all the time. I mean, they were like, well, I wonder what type of fight could Danny Dubois, what could Usyk do that night? It's that night against Usyk. And people do that all the time. And what they're really doing, they're doing a fantasy type observation on someone else's performance. You can't, why would you do that? Like, hey, if so and so was in there, what would he do? Well, obviously, if so and so was in there, he would be in there with a different fighter. So and so ain't in there. Usyk wasn't in there against Danny Dubois when AJ fought him. It's a different fight, Usyk, I want my revenge. Triple D seems type slow. God bless his heart. I don't witness any. The good thing is that's just Triple D. That's just Daniel. Now, if I would be concerned if he was dealing with some kind of lag or some kind of kind of like Joe Joyce, maybe, he's had some. I've listened to videos that he's had before. He's a bit slower, and those are from taking punches. So, as young as Daniel is, if he starts that, because that's a dangerous thing. And once that starts, it doesn't stop. You can ask fighters, like even Mickey Ward now, he's been in wars. And he didn't really have it while he was fighting. It developed later on. So Triple D is human lag. Dang. Ask if these comments are better than the stand-up the comedy. Thinking of Frankenstein, Triple D can beat Usyk. Wow. All right. Let's continue. Let's see.
I'll rise to the occasion, whatever it is. I'll be better than him in every department. Strength, speed, and yeah.
You hear this, Andy, as the trainer, right? You're the one that has to get Joseph ready for this guy. And it is a new Daniel Dubois that we are seeing.
We know what Daniel has, a great jab, great power, speed, somewhat. Maybe not as fast as Joe, hand speed. Not as good as footwork as Joe. And what Joe has is intelligence. He's a clever fighter. And that's how we diffused the power of Deontay Wilder. That's how he outfought and outsmarted Zhang. And now what he has, which people are underestimating as well, he has added size. I've felt it every day in the pads. And you're going to see it. You're going to see it. You're going to see it.
And I've been just building away. Myself, Andy, and George has been building away quietly, enjoying our work, preparing for what's to come. And now we have this man. Yeah.
He's just ready to fight.
Yeah.
He's just ready to fight.
Ready to fight, man.
That's all this
It's the same deal.
Yeah, he's ready to fight February 22nd.
Different day. Yeah.
I'll tell you one thing about this. Neither of them are taking it lightly, that's for sure. And it's all about self-belief. He's shown what he's all about. You've shown what you're all about. And that means everybody's going to get a good fight. It's going to be a quality fight, no doubt about it.
Okay, I'm going to ask both fighters for predictions as we wrap, but I want you to tell the prediction to the other, not to me. Joseph, tell Daniel.
Okay, before the predictions of both fighters, let me counterpunch something. Daniel, I'm looking at his body language, and like Daniel is overwhelmed with questions. He doesn't like to be questioned. He doesn't like the, he doesn't like the Q&As. You know what I mean? This is not his platform. I mean, this is not his thing, because you could tell he was just like, I'm just ready to fight, and I'm like, okay. And then he puts his head down, and he's more like, like he's not comfortable being in that setting. Those face-offs are not good. It's all about self-belief. I don't think Frank realizes that Triple D isn't smart enough to know what self-belief means. Dang. Wow. I think he knows. I just don't think, he knows that he's a fighter, and that's what he wants to do, And I think Frank was there, and I wonder, why wasn't Don Charles there, or better yet, his dad? That's the question, I asked myself, like, okay, why is Frank there and not Don Charles? Maybe he was busy or whatever. I don't know. Triple D talks as fast as Dominique Brazil punches. Speaking of Dominique Brazil, I know he's been out of the game for a while. He got beat by Otto Weiland, and that was like 3 years ago. So, Otto Weiland pieced him up, and he was just so slow, dude. He was slow. But imagine a fight between Dominique Brazil and Joe Joyce. Probably be a banger. It would be sloppy, but I think it would be like the test of big guys. You know what I mean? That would be dope. But let's go to the predictions.
How this fight plays out.
I'm going to go into this fight. I'm going to be too smart, too fast. Movement's going to be on point. I'm going to be deliberate, precise. I'm going to be aggressive. That's it.
Cut it. That's enough.
I'm going to dash you
acting.
Up.
Enough acting, mate.
Who's acting?
Shut up.
Who's acting?
Shut up. You
shut your face.
You shut up.
You shut your face.
Shut your mouth, man.
Is that all you can say? Shut your face. Shut your mouth. Talking
Yeah.
How? That's what I'm going to do to you.
I'm ready to fight, by any means necessary.
You talk too much.
All right. Guys, handshake?
No way. No? After the fight.
Okay, well done, guys. Big one. IBF heavyweight title will be on the line February 22nd. These two guys, the current champion Daniel Dubois against the former WBO heavyweight champion Joseph Parker. Make sure you watch it live on DAZN.
Okay, so we got a little energy of back and forth at the very last part of that. And, Daniel got tired of Parker saying what he's going to do. He's like, cut it, mate, stop the acting. Didn't want to shake Parker's hand. Parker's a gentleman, and for the most part, Daniel is too. But, Daniel, is competitive, and I think he needs that edge. I think he needs that attitude moving forward, It got kind of serious there because, they kind of just looked at each other, but Parker don't have that type of mindset to just, he's thinking about the money. He's thinking about the fight. He's not thinking about, hey, we can stop this right now. And, he ain't going to jump up like AJ did, And AJ was, I don't know what that was, in the last few days or years, AJ's been kind of in a situation where his temperament's changed. And I don't know. I think after the Usyk loss, he's had some weird behavior, so gifted one Counterpunch Boxing News membership. Marlon Tharnell in the building. Appreciate the love. Triple D always needs to have Frank with him, so he's so dumb. It's funny. What do you think of the face-off? I think it was mediocre. It's more to it than that because you can see they cut some stuff. That's just 8 minutes. I know that was at least 30 minutes. You know what I mean? So hopefully, probably a couple weeks before the fight, they'll release the final one, and the final one will be worth looking at the whole time, because they give you that little teaser of like 8 minutes, and then later on they bring it to you. But I mean, I think it was mediocre. Um, I think Don Charles should have been there versus Frank Warren. So you got a fighter and a trainer, the commentator, then a fighter and a promoter. And I would like to see Don Charles. I think with Don Charles and Andy Lee, across from each other, I think it would have been more back and forth with them versus, Frank. Because Frank was actually, to be fair, he was holding Daniel back because he didn't want him to see or say anything, right? So that was what it was. So it was decent. I mean, I want to see the full version to see if there was more to it than that. But obviously, there was no physical altercations. There were, had a couple beeps, right? A couple sensories right there, but that's it. I mean, it was. I give it a 75. It's passing, but it's not nothing to write home about, right? It's a hard one to pick. Young big puncher against intelligent boxer. Yeah, I will have the breakdown for you guys myself. So, guys, I thank you guys for coming. I got a lot of videos to do today, so stay tuned for those. God bless you. Enjoy your weekend. And everyone has been counterpunched. Peace.